Hi guys, Suella Braverman, the former Attorney General and current Home Secretary, seems willing and determined to outdo her predecessor Priti Patel, which of course is a very tall order. Here she was speaking to The Telegraph on the edges of the Conservative Party conference in Birmingham about welfare and benefits. The topic of the day was whether benefits should rise with inflation, and this is what she had to say. Have a listen.
Not over yet. Today's debate is about should benefits go up by inflation. Where are you on that?
Listen, I was actually quite clear in my leadership campaign that I wanted to cut welfare spending. I think we have far too many people in this country who are fit to work, who are able to work, and should be working, and they choose to top up their salaries with tax credits, or the benefits street kind of culture, I think, is a feature of modern Britain.
Is that still alive now? Yeah.
So I think that culture does exist in my constituency in Fareham. I've got people here in Fareham, local councillors, and they will confirm that even in Fareham, in sunny, leafy Hampshire,
the southeast, possible southeast,
there are pockets of communities where families have known nothing else but welfare.
Okay. Now she said two things here. First of all, she talked about choice. And then she mentioned Benefit Street. Now, I'll get to Benefit Street in a moment, but first she said choice. There are people who are choosing to be on benefits. Why would somebody choose to be on benefits? Now, are there some people who don't want to work? Yes, but they are the minority. Very, very small minority of people don't want to work because the benefits are not sufficient to live on. So many people have to work. Some people can cut back, maybe they have support from their family or whatever, but most people, 40% of people on benefits, on universal credit in particular, are working. So this isn't something about, well, we need to encourage these people to work. They are already working. The other 60% are, or 58% or 59%, are people who are either carers or people who are disabled. They can't work. We're talking about a very small minority. And she talked also, as I said, about Benefit Street. Now, Benefit Street was a TV program, reality show that came out some years ago. And it tried to, well, it took extreme examples of people on benefits and tried to present this as, well, this is what people on benefits do. It created a distorted image of people on benefits. And it was so popular that it was actually talked about in the House of Commons. And some people would say that the Tory government back in the mid-2010s used it as an example of why they need to crack down on so-called benefit fraud. Benefit fraud represents a tiny minority of all fraud. Most fraud is tax evasion, tax avoidance. So businesses or individuals who are not paying their taxes or avoiding to pay their taxes, that is the biggest percentage of money that's lost to the government, not benefit fraud. And there's, of course, instead this focus on we need to push poor people into employment. We need to push poor people out of benefits and into work. Doesn't matter what the work is, as long as they're doing something. It's perverse. It's disgusting. And it's even more worse because we're facing a cost of living crisis. People who can't pay their bills, people who are relying on an extra bit of support because they're not earning enough at work. Their job is not paying them enough. People are on 0-hour contracts or doing jobs that don't provide any real security. They need some extra support. And what does Suella Braverman want to do? She wants to take that away from them. Because of something she saw online or something she saw on TV 10 years ago, or this distorted image of what benefits actually represent. I would go as far as to say that she's worse than Priti Patel, because Priti Patel talked about helping people, even though she didn't really do, even though she didn't really care about helping people, at least the language was somewhat positive. That has changed. The attitude maybe not, but the words have changed, the language has changed. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.